Hello and welcome. My name is Victoria, and I'll be guiding you through this everyday vinyasa yoga flow. Starting in a comfortable seated position, maybe cross legged or sitting on top of the shins. Let the arms rest by the sides and gently breathe in and out through the nose, following your natural pace of the breath. Not trying to change the breath, simply being present with how it is that you are arriving on the mat today, in mind, in body, and in breath. As you're ready, opening up into a gentle twist to the right hand behind the lower back, left hand crosses over the right thigh. Lengthen the spine here, relax the shoulders away from the ears, keeping a steady flow of breath in and out through your nose. Switching to the other side with the right hand crossing over the left thigh, left hand behind the lower back. Return back to center. On an inhale, bring your arms up over your head. Exhale, bend your elbows and cactus the arms, opening the chest. Inhale, reach the fingers for the sky. Exhale, open the heart, peel the shoulders back. One more time, inhale. Exhale, cactus arms. Reach the arms up for the sky. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands behind the lower back. Interlace the fingers and open up through the chest, gazing up towards the sky. Release the hands and place the palms on top of the knees. Inhale for seated cow pose. Exhale for seated cat. So as you inhale, open the chest, peel the shoulders back. Exhale, round the spine, bring the chin to chest. From here, we'll come back to a neutral position. Plant the hands onto the mat and come onto your hands and your knees. We're going to be moving into a figure 8 shape with the spine. So bringing your hips back and then around and forward. Feel free to make this a full body movement, getting into the upper back and the neck. And then eventually reversing the direction of this movement, articulating the spine in a way that feels nice for your body. Coming back through to tabletop. Once you're ready, tuck your toes, lift the hips up towards the sky for our first downward facing dog. Adding in some gentle movements by bending the knees and pedaling out the feet, maybe shaking your head yes and no, letting go of any tension in the neck. Coming into our ragdoll pose by walking the feet up to meet the hands. You can bend the knees here, let the head and the neck drape, maybe grab a hold of opposite elbows and sway side to side, letting the whole spine decompress. Plant the feet firm on the mat and we'll begin to roll up to stand, releasing the arms and lifting yourself up with the head coming up last. Inhale, bring both arms overhead, reaching for the sky. Exhale, bring your hands together over your heart center. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and then exhale out of the nose or the mouth. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, grab a hold of the left wrist and side stretch to your right side, keeping the left shoulder open. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, grab a hold of the right wrist as you stretch over to the left side. Inhale, stand up tall. Exhale, bring your hands over your heart. Finding a clearing breath in and out. Releasing the hands. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold, lowering the chest. Inhale, lift your chest, halfway lift. Exhale and fold, plant your hands, step back, high plank. Moving through our chaturanga, shift forward and then bend the elbows, lowering all the way to the belly. Plant the hands, peel the heart up, cobra pose. Exhale, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right leg up and back, and then exhale, bend your knee and open up your hip, maybe adding some movement, rolling out the ankle. Inhale, re-extend the right leg. Exhale, step the right foot to the outside of the right hand, lowering the back knee to the mat for our lizard lunge. Feel free to drop down onto your forearms or just stay up on the hands. Option to add a quad stretch by bending the back knee and then reaching back with the right hand for that left foot. With each breath, allowing your body and your hips to soften, going further into the posture. Releasing out of this lizard lunge, we'll tuck the back toes under, lift the knee, plant the left hand on the mat, and reach your right arm up for the sky. Really reaching through your fingertips, maybe even taking your gaze up towards the sky. Then release the right hand down, straighten the right leg for a wide pyramid pose. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forwards. Letting go of any tension in the back of that right leg. Allow the head to relax down, letting go of any tension in the neck. Rebend your front knee and we'll come into our warrior two, opening the hips and the arms out wide, lowering that back heel down to the mat. Finding our reverse warrior, keep the lower body as it is and reach your right arm up and back. Moving into our extended side angle, lower the right elbow to the right knee and extend your left arm up by the ear. Reach through those left fingertips, maybe take your gaze up towards the sky. Lifting back into warrior two and then coming into our triangle pose. Straighten your right leg and reach forward and down with the right hand. Try and keep your body in one plane by pulling that left hip and that left shoulder back. Keeping a steady breath in and out. Slowly lift yourself back up. Heel toe your feet so that the edges of the feet are parallel, and then bringing your hands to your hips. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forwards, maybe releasing the hands down. Feel free to keep a slight bend in the back of the legs. Noticing if there's any places that you can let go of a little bit further. Beginning to walk the hands towards the top of the mat. Frame your front foot with your hands and turn your hips forward, coming into a low lunge. We'll step the right leg back, high plank pose, and then moving through your vinyasa of choice, coming into upward facing dog or cobra, and then meeting back in downward facing dog, finding a deep breath here. On your inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, bend the knee and open up the hip. Maybe add some movement into the ankle by circling out the foot. Re-extend the left leg and then step the left foot to the outside of the left hand, lowering your back knee to the mat, lizard lunge. Maybe swaying your hips a bit side to side. And if you'd like, you can just stay here or maybe reach your left hand back to grab a hold of the right foot. Going in for that deep quad stretch and a little bit of a heart opener. And then releasing out of this, heel toe your front foot back to the center. Lift your back leg up off the mat and plant the right hand, lifting your left arm up high. Opening up into this twisted lunge. And then once you're ready, release the left hand down to the mat. Straighten the left leg for our wide pyramid pose. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale and fold forwards. Try and keep your left hip pulling back so that the hips are square to the front of the mat. Keeping a steady flow of deep breaths. Now transitioning into our warrior two, bend the left knee and lower the back heel down to the mat as you open your arms to a T. Front knee is bent, coming into reverse warrior. Reach the left hand up and back, stretching into the side of the waist. Into our extended side angle, lower the left elbow down to the knee, reach your right arm up over the ear. And keep your chest open, core engaged. Lift back up into Warrior Two. We'll find triangle pose. Straighten the left leg. Bring the left hand down on the inside of the ankle, reaching your right arm up towards the sky. And slowly lift yourself back up. We'll come back into that wide-legged forward fold, bringing the toes and the heels in parallel and slowly lowering down. This time coming into our Skandasana side lunges. So start by walking your hands over to the right foot, bending the right knee and sending your hips down towards the right heel. You should feel a deep opening on the inside of that left thigh. No worries about how far you can go. Just meet yourself where you are at today. Once you're ready, come to the other side, bend the left knee, and send your hips down towards that left heel. Keep a tall spine, focusing on the breath. And slowly returning back to that wide-legged forward fold, we'll walk the hands to the top of the mat, framing the front foot. Step back to high plank and then move through your vinyasa, meeting in downward facing dog in your own time. Extend your right leg up and back, and then we'll come into pigeon pose. Bring the right knee behind the right wrist, soften your hips down to the mat. Find length in the spine, and then as you're ready, come down onto the forearms. Make sure that you're breathing deep in this pose and not holding your breath. This pose can be quite challenging at times, but we want to be sure that we're breathing through any resistance. And taking your last few deep breaths here. And slowly lift the head. Make your way back onto your hands, and we'll meet back in downward facing dog, going right away into the other side. So lift the left leg, place the left knee behind the left wrist, and then come down onto your forearms, lowering the head, relaxing the neck, focusing your attention on the breath. This helps to be mindful in this practice, easing any stress or tension, any anxiety, focusing on the present moment. Slowly coming back to downward facing dog, and this is our last time in this pose in this class today, so feel free to stretch out in any way that feels nice. And then lowering the knees onto the mat for tabletop. Getting ready for thread the needle. Inhale, reach your right arm high. Exhale, lower the right shoulder and the right ear down to the mat. Maybe extend the left arm forward towards the top of the mat and softening into the upper back, the shoulders, between the shoulder blades, the chest. See if you can allow gravity to take you further into this pose without putting in any effort. And then slowly bring the left hand down by the face, lift on up, reach your left arm up high, inhale, exhale, thread the needle, lowering the left shoulder and the left ear down. Once again, softening into this posture, maybe extending that right arm forward towards the top of the mat. Coming back to tabletop, finding our puppy pose, so keeping the hips stacked over the knees, fingertips go to the top of the mat, and melt your chest down, stretching out the chest, the shoulders, and the upper back. If your mind has wandered at all, bring your attention back onto your breath. Walking the hands in towards the body, Coming back up, and then finding a seat with the legs out in front of you, moving your hips forward and making your way down onto your back. Bring your legs up into tabletop position and your arms out to a T. Cross your right thigh over the left and then lower your legs over to the left side. Coming into a supine twist with eagle legs. If it feels right, you can gaze over the right shoulder. Or if you're having any pain in the neck, just keep your gaze up towards the sky. Lift your legs to center and then crossing the other way so the left thigh crosses over the right thigh. And slowly lower your knees to the right side, maybe taking your gaze over towards the left. And breathing nice and deep into the lower belly, feeling the belly expand with each inhale and contract with every exhale. As you're ready, lift the legs back up, uncross, and then extend the legs out long. Bring your arms down by your sides, settling into our final resting pose, our final Shavasana. And this is the final moments of class where you can begin to let go of any thoughts that are pulling you out of this present moment. Allowing your whole self to be here now, mind, body, and spirit, integrating on the earth plane, knowing that there's nothing that you need to do and nowhere that you need to be in this moment. Feel free to rest here as long as you would like to. Otherwise, if you're ready to come out, begin to add some slight movements to the body, maybe wiggling the fingers and the toes, or rocking the head from side to side. Slowly bend the knees, bring the knees into the chest, giving yourself a gentle squeeze, and then rolling over onto one side. Press yourself up and come to a seated position, sitting up tall, grounded through the sit bones. On your inhale, bring both arms overhead, reaching for the sky. Exhale, bring the palms together over your heart center. Thank you so much for doing this class with me today. I really appreciate you being here, and be sure to like this video and subscribe for more videos. Have an amazing rest of your day. Namaste.